WPTV.
Welcome back to the desk. I'm your host, Tyler Cooper, and we've got a lot to get into today, so let's waste no time and jump in. Joining me is Matthew Jinks, diving into WP basketball, Bijan Pulley with the NBA, and my friend Matty Goldman with a Super Bowl preview. Matthew Jinks, what's cooking at the Rec Center?
Thank you, Coop. Off-brand Rutgers, the women's team won. What's new? Conversations are now starting on whether this team can make history by going undefeated in NJAC play. We're going to highlight players from this recent game against the Walmart Rutgers that stood out to us. Looking to the future, the women's team is built by a core of upperclassmen, but what about the stars of the future? The desk is going to break down who they think is going to step up the most next season. One in a row. It's over, baby. The men's team defeated Rutgers Newark 65-63, breaking their 9-game losing streak. The fellas are going to discuss the keys to success in this game. What is a Gothic night? Whoever they are, they face the Pioneers tomorrow. We're going to talk about the last time the Pioneers saw Jersey City and what needs to change this time around to defeat them.
Yeah, the women's team continues to roll, and the men's team just is trying to finish the season off strong, and we'll get into that and all that and more. Bijan Pulley, the trade deadline was yesterday. What's going on in the NBA?
Well, Coop, a lot is going on as with the NBA, as yesterday was the trade deadline, and there was results that had massive ramifications for the league. With the Giannis situation, the biggest domino waiting to fall this deadline was Giannis, but it never fell. As yesterday, it was announced the Bucks were keeping Giannis through the deadline, making it more likely that if we see Giannis be traded, it won't be until this offseason. So me and the fellas will discuss if we were the Bucks GM, what we would have done with Giannis. The beard is a Cavs. Nobody could have guessed that James Harden would be traded at the deadline, especially to the Cavs. Me and the guys dive into if this was the right move for Cleveland or did they overreact. A Salt Lake City stunner. The Jazz left the NBA world in shock as they traded for Memphis Grizzlies star power forward Jaren Jackson Jr. But me and my crew's raised, is it worth it for Utah? Last thing we'll be discussing is a trade that made people raise their eyebrows as the Brow and AD himself was traded to the Wizards. So it's only right for us to wonder, what does this trade really mean for Washington?
Yeah, there was a lot of interesting trades yesterday, so we'll get into that. Matthew Goldman, the Super Bowl is just 48 hours away. What's going on?
I am excited for the Super Bowl, if you can't tell. History is on the cups, though, as New England Patriots are on the fringe from winning their NFL record 7th Super Bowl. This nightmare scenario has a good chance of happening as we break down how the Pats could win the big game. Run the ball in 26. The last time these teams faced off in the Super Bowl, the Seahawks elected to pass rather than run the football at the 1-yard line. This time around, Seattle's looking for vengeance, as the fellas tell you how Seattle could get their second title. Super Bowl winner, in typical WP Sports Desk fashion, will be selecting the winner of the big game, either the Seahawks or the Patriots. And finally, our Super Bowl MVP will pick who will add to their legacy and take home the Super Bowl MVP award.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is set. Seattle and the Patriots should be a fun one. Let's throw an alley-oop to Matthew Jinks to talk all things Pioneer basketball only here on WPTV.